Hey, it's Sam, and I made this special PowerPoint presentation for you to explain the first piece in the P5 system that has been used in my certification course for the last several years. We've trained more than 200 astrologers, and I wanted to put together a special presentation so you can get an idea of the origin of astrology and how you should approach not only studying astrology, but also living your life. And the ancient texts really show the order of beings and these other very important things that I wanted to share with you. So I hope you enjoy this. There are a few crucial passages from the most sacred astrology text I'm going to tell you about in a few minutes that shows how and why astrology works. These passages have shifted my life and the lives of more than 200 of my student graduates since 2013. But more important than astrology, this formula answers the three main questions we all have and need to answer in life. If we don't answer these three questions, our life feels meaningless and takes on a quality of quiet desperation and longing. Sadly, most people I've met are living this kind of life in one way or another. I was too, until I discovered the true meaning behind this formula. So make sure to watch this entire video to the end, because at the very least I will be describing a shift that will turn you from a struggling hit or miss astrology information gatherer, getting more and more confused by the day, to someone who can consistently read charts and make sense of life and help people, including yourself. But sadly, the average astrology student today, despite claiming to understand many things, still struggles to actually make sense of an astrology chart. This formula is the first missing ingredient in the scientific astrology equation. Hi, I'm Sam Jeppe, and welcome to this special video training series. You're about to discover exactly how the best astrology students are able to scientifically improve their skills and be 100% certain of what they say and what they're seeing when they look in astrology charts. By the time you finish watching this short training series, you're going to know the real secret of astrology success. Exactly what to do and when to do it. Things struggling astrology students don't know and don't do. With what you're about to learn, you'll have complete confidence in what to do at any point when reading astrology charts to finally produce consistent, steady results. You'll no longer be fumbling in the dark, confused, and relying on hunches, guesses, or assumptions. And you'll now be able to use multiple techniques at the right time so you get consistent results over and over. And perhaps more importantly, you'll have an answer to those three big questions. So who am I to make those kind of claims? And why should you pay very close attention to what I'm sharing with you in this training series? Well, I've been a full-time teacher and counselor since 2004. My first book, The Ascendant 108 Planets of Vedic Astrology, came out in 2005. I released Yoga and Vedic Astrology in 2016. And basically, I'm the go-to guy for training astrologers. Since 2013, I've trained more than 200 astrologers in my certification course, and there's more than 100 testimonials from past and current students. For instance, we have Janet Scott said that SAM certification courses are designed so that every student has the opportunity to learn and experience the depth of self-knowledge contained within the Vedic sciences, whether you're a beginner or a experienced astrologer. For example, Lalita Devi said, "I'm blessed after about 4 years of reading, researching Jyotish, and feeling somewhat intimidated by its greatness. I made the life-changing decision of studying with Sam for a proper certification. I wanted to study with my guru, Dattatreya Shiva Baba, founder of AstroVed, but he was not available. When he recommended Sam, I made the decision out of trust in my guru. Before this course, I never thought Jyotish could be so easy while following at the same time the classical text and the purity of Vedic thought. Sam can achieve this feat in a unique, friendly, and precise style." And there are other testimonials, but this is why some of the best and brightest astrologers in the world have gone through my training programs or have come to me for consulting. So I'm very blessed to be surrounded by amazing astrology students and be able to teach at conferences and live a life that I had never thought was possible. Now, I don't tell you any of this to brag, but simply so you feel comfortable, knowing that everything you're about to see and get in this video series is the real deal and based on the work I do every day. And just in case you're wondering, it's all free. You're not obligated to buy anything. And in fact, usually my certification course is close to sold out by the time I do these videos. So just relax, pay attention, and learn. I love to give free astrology information that can help people, because as you will see, everyone is meant to learn astrology, and you can learn it too. Well, let me just ask you this quick question. Why are you even interested in astrology in the first place? I mean, why are you even watching this video? Think about it. What are you looking for in astrology and in life? Because without this sense of purpose in astrology or life, nothing is possible. That's why purpose is the first P in the P5 system. I turned to spiritual practices and astrology because I was looking for answers, real answers. When I was a child, I looked up in the sky in wonder about the nature of existence. When I wasn't showing off my fishing trophies, that is. Remember that sense of wonder you had when you were a child? Where did it go? Is it still there? Or have you given up? Now is it just problems and money and all the things that'll disappear one day? Are you still hopeful, excited, and asking those questions you had when you were a child? Or have you been so disappointed by the grown-ups that you stopped trying, stopped asking? Is it just too painful to even hope that you can find an answer to the questions you still have? So now on to those three questions. In many ways, they are the connection to our lost hope and innocence. Reconnecting to this part of yourself is crucial and the most important part of what I found in astrology. So the three questions are, who am I? Why am I here? Why is anything here? You probably forgot you ever even had these questions, let alone that you would ever find an answer to them. Actually, these are the only questions we've ever had. They are the source of every confusion you have. Knowledge of yourself beyond death. Why is there life at all? And why you are here in the middle of that is really the whole ball game. So again, is that curiosity still there? If not, hopefully we can reconnect you to some of that in a few minutes. But I'll tell you, everything I have learned emanates from that sense of magic and wonder that I rediscovered when I finally understood these crucial passages that I'm about to share with you. Astrology is the only thing I found which gives those answers if you understand it correctly. Because if not, it can create even more confusion about life. This is also clearly stated in the passages I'm about to share with you. Especially these days with so many overnight online astrology gurus. You need to be careful where you're getting your information. Be very careful. Don't judge what you think is possible in astrology based on the hit and miss approaches you've seen online. And I don't just mean from astrology teachers online, but your approach, your hit and miss nature to take a little snack from this video, take a little snack from that video, and wind up feeling more confused and less integrated. You have to be careful. But you also always want to consider the source of the teaching you're getting and see if it's from a proven system like the P5 system that I've been teaching now to hundreds of students. Like I said, with more than 200 graduates since 2013, it's my life's work to teach and certify astrologers. So now let's get to what's missing from your education and the teachings you've been following. That missing ingredient, not often talked about or taught, is the real secret behind what can shift your life. And it's the answer to those three big questions. But again, why is it not often talked about or taught? Well, because it's not the latest and newest thing. It's not hot. It's not the cool part of astrology. It requires that you're diligent, look closely, and understand the Vedic approach to life and its terminology. So what's this missing ingredient from connecting astrology to the big questions in life? So let me have the author of this crucial formula tell you. The author is Parashara, the great sage of Vedic astrology. In this video series, you'll get acquainted with his spiritual wisdom and guidance. So right off the bat, Parashara talks about the meaning of astrology, and he says in chapter 1 through 4, it says, offering his obeisance to all-knowing Maharishi Parashara, and with folded hands, Maitreya said, I desire to know of its glorious aspects from you. Be pleased to tell me, how is this universe created? How does it end? What is the relationship of the animals born on this earth with the heavenly bodies? Please speak elaborately. So as we see, Parashara starts off right away with answering this innocent question posed to him by Maitreya. Very much the sort of innocent question that we had, that I talked about earlier, where he's basically saying, what's the nature of this universe? What's the nature of the animals and the people? And of course, implicit in that is, who am I in the middle of all this? So then it continues, the Lord is in all beings, and the entire universe is in him. All beings contain both Jiva Atma and Paramatmans. Some have a predominance of the former, while yet some have the latter in predominance. Paramatmans is predominant in the grahas, Surya, etc., and Brahma, Shiva, and others. Their powers or consorts too have predominance of Paramatmans, others have more Jiva Atmans. So as we see, Parashara is describing the nature of beings. He's saying that the planets are basically in the same realm as the gods, Brahma, Shiva, etc. And then other beings have more Jiva Atmans, or the separate soul. So Paramatman means supreme self. It means that which is inseparable from the one universal consciousness. And then Jiva Atman are the separate expressions of that. You're a Jiva Atman until you become fully enlightened. And then your Jiva Atman, or separate self, merges with the universal self of the Paramatman. And Parashara is saying that the planets, Surya, etc., are of the same class of beings as Shiva, Brahma. They're in the Paramatmans group, and then other beings take form as separate beings called Jiva Atmans. The unborn Lord has many incarnations. He's incarnated as the 9 planets to bestow on the living beings the results due to their karmas. He is Janardhan. He assumed the auspicious form of grahas to destroy the demons and sustain the divine beings. After completing the mission, the Paramatmans of the grahas again merge in their grahas. The Jiva Atma portions from the grahas take births as human beings and live their lives according to their karmas, and again merge in the grahas. At the time of the great destruction, the grahas as well merge in Lord Vishnu. So now he's being very clear. He's saying that Lord Vishnu himself has incarnated as the 9 planets, and there's a word incarnate, which actually comes from the word karma. They don't really incarnate, they're not incarnations, they're actually avatars. So the planets themselves are avatars of Lord Vishnu, which means they're inseparable from that nature of God consciousness. This is why we have what are called Vishnu avatars in Vedic astrology. Lord Rama is the avatar of the sun, Lord Krishna the avatar of the moon, Narasimha is the avatar of Mars, etc. So after they incarnate, or after they take form in this avatar nature, then they again merge back in the grahas as that full Paramatman. But then other beings take form as human beings and live their lives according to their karmas, which of course come down from Lord Vishnu as the grahas. So he's saying very clearly here that basically the planets, the grahas, the universe is God in the form of Lord Vishnu, who is the apparent, who is the God of the physical creation. And then it's through it's through the grahas, the planets, that Lord Vishnu gives us our experiences or our karmas in accordance with our nature and the things that we need to learn to evolve. So this is what it is to be a jiva and not be a paramatman. And so then he says, at the time of the great destruction, all the grahas merge back in Lord Vishnu. At the time of our life, when our life ends, we merge back into the grahas. So he says, when the jiva's life is over, when our individual life is over, our energy, our truthful self, our true energy merges back into the grahas, unifies with Lord Vishnu, until it's time for us to come forth again and incarnate. We incarnate because we have karma. You see, that's the common sound. Incarnate because of karma. The planets don't incarnate. They're an emanation, they're an avatar of Vishnu. They're inseparable from it. But we're not. So again, the planets are Lord Vishnu. They're the different facets of Lord Vishnu and the different facets of consciousness that we're evolving in each lifetime. When our karma and our time is done through this physical body, we then merge back into the grahas. At the time of the great dissolution, the grahas themselves then merge back into Lord Vishnu. So notice this. Vishnu is the unifying God consciousness that in this section of the universe has taken form as the 9 planets. And then as the 9 planets gives us our karmas so that we can evolve to our true self in each lifetime and through each incarnation. When we're finished with this body, we then merge back into the grahas. At the end of creation itself, the grahas merge back into Lord Vishnu. So you want to understand this is extremely powerful, and this is why I said that it answers those 3 big questions. Who am I? Well, you're an emanation of God consciousness. As an individual jiva working through your illusion of individuality. Why am I here? You're here to evolve and to learn that. And what is all of this? All of this is the divine emanation of Lord Vishnu. And again, in Vaishnav tradition, it's called the Leela, the divine play. You see the divine Leela, the divine play of consciousness between Krishna and